Hello and welcome to Ready Up number 7. My name is Joshua Groucheroo Davis, and I'm joined by
Jonathan Chaplin Sharp. How's that?
That's pretty good.
Was it pretty good?
So guys, thanks for joining us. We have a couple things come up for you today. We do have a scrim, but before we jump into that, we're going to be doing a little Q&A with our community coordinator for PvP Skills and Balance and Wolverine World. That's Allie Murdock.
Indeed we are.
So she's going to flip this over and then gracefully walk over without making too much noise.
Try not to bump
and join us here for a short Q&A that you guys actually filled these out on the forums. These are all questions from the forums.
Yep. There are a lot of questions. We tried to pick a lot of questions. Allie didn't want to dodge any questions either. So there's some questions on here that are she's just going to take straight on. She's not going to try to shy away from some of these, and we'll kind of introduce you guys. So welcome, Allie.
Hello.
First time on the camera.
Yes.
Is that
I don't know what to say. Oh, yeah, this is Allie.
See the lights, the people, the crowds. Yeah. This is what it's all about.
Yeah. So we were talking about this beforehand, but instead of just jumping right into the questions, we kind of wanted to talk about your roots at ArenaNet and where you started and where you came from.
So I started in the alpha, and I did a lot of testing basically before the game shipped, and after I realized, it was a lot of fun, and seemed like it was something I could really do, and I was like, oh, plus I love this game, right? So I was, so I said to my sister, who actually works here, she's a designer, I was like, what do you think about me applying? And I was like, she was like, that's a great idea. So I applied for QA and got the job, obviously, and I was in QA for about 3 months before moving over to the alpha team. And then after a while, I started gravitating towards the PvP stuff, and I was helping a lot with World v. World, and I realized this is what I want to be doing, right? I have a super PvP background. I played competitive Magic, I played WoW, I played Guild Wars 1 GVGs with my guild, the Spearmen. So I always love PvP, and Martin, the global community lead, came to me and was like, what do you think about doing this as your forever job? And so I was like, I would absolutely love that, because I was basically already doing that, and I was working with you, Josh, on State of the Game, and so that was great. So that's pretty much how I got here. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. I guess we have some insight now. All right, so we'll jump into the questions. Again, these are all from the forums.
Sure.
And I guess we'll alternate. So do you want to go first?
I'll take the odds. You take the evens. How's that?
Sure.
All right, so the first one we've got here is someone asking, how much time do you guys spend in meetings discussing the CDIs? So if you don't know what a CDI is, maybe first talk about what is that acronym, what's a CDI, and then how much time do we spend in meetings talking about them?
So the CDIs are a collaborative development initiative that Chris Whiteside started. Basically, we just start these threads and we're asking you guys for, what are your top issues with the game right now, or what kinds of things would you like to see changed with particular kinds of content. This time around, I started one up specifically about the Rangers, because well, first of all, we just didn't have a single thread that just had focused feedback on all aspects of the Ranger, and I also wanted to get feedback from every game mode, basically. PvP, PvE, WoW, I wanted to get the feedback from everybody to make sure that everyone is, equally heard. So as far as how much time we spend discussing the CDIs, it's kind of hard to say. Every week I will probably spend around 4 to 6 hours talking to the developers about issues that come up a lot in the forums, and about the CDIs, and I go to their design meetings, and I'll raise red flags or anything, and if something comes up that's related to the CDI, I'll be like, hey, they said this, and what do you guys think about that? And also, if there's high priority issues, I'll go right over to their desks, which is not far. It's about a few feet away from mine, and I just kind of poke them a lot.
Yeah, and so even though we don't have necessarily meetings for the CDIs, a lot of times the balance team, we all sit together in the same kind of general vicinity of the building. So a lot of times Allie will just come over and just say, hey, like on the thread, you know, they've brought up, you know, let's talk about pistol whip a little bit, you know, let's talk about the ranger pets a little bit, the responsiveness. And she'll just come up and we'll just have a discussion and we'll just start talking about stuff. And a lot of times action items get brought up out of that. So a lot of times we don't necessarily say, let's just go have a meeting for this, but she's always monitoring the CDIs and she'll just come over when something comes, hey, this one guy had a really good point. I'm going to email it to you guys. And then let's talk about it. And that's a lot of times how that kind of happens.
Yeah, and a lot of it's on the fly. Like you said, a lot of it's on the fly. Just when I was on the team as well, filling in for Allie when she was gone, like, Allie will hear something like, you know, let's talk about X skill, and your ears perk up like, let me tell you, Carl and Roy, about that skill. Let's have a conversation about that right now. So a lot of it's, like I said, it's hard to quantify because it's just can be random.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to
number 2.
Again, I'm taking the evens.
Go for it.
So Allie, what rank are you in PvP?
Okay, so this came up in the last Ready Up, and I wanted to make sure that I answered it because a lot of people were kind of poking fun of me for it. So I am rank 12. I know it's not like, you know, hardcore status, but that's kind of for a lot of reasons. I don't only cover PvP, I cover World v World. So actually, I kind of started out in PvP, and I spent a lot of time testing it, and the same goes for skills and balance. And then I was like, I don't really know that much about World v World, so I need to catch up. So I've been kind of like doing a lot of that, and you know, there is a PvP aspect to it. So I think I'm like, last time I checked, I'm actually rank 65. I hit that last night, so cool. I guess that's probably better. You know, another reason is that I know what's coming up in PvP, and I kind of want to wait and like start fresh, and I'm really excited about that stuff. So that's one thing. And then, you know, there's always real life. Like, I have been dealing, like, for the past 6 months with, like, various, like, family issues and, you know.
Real life.
RL.
Real life.
Gets in the way.
Real life stuff. Oh, plus I'm, like, moving into a new apartment, so it's just a lot of stuff, so.
Okay.
I have my reasoning. It's not that the other thing is, like, we test PvP, like, every week. You know, we spend anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours, I would say, going in testing. Well, at least I do. Like, the rest of the team is much more because they're obviously developing and testing this stuff. So, but, you know, when I'm playing PvP, you know, in our dev branch, I'm obviously not ranking up in live. So it's not that I don't play PvP or anything. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out because a lot of people think that rank 12 means I don't play PvP or don't touch it or whatever. So
sure.
Yeah.
So number 3, I think that's on me. I think is how this works.
That is, yep.
If I remember back to 2nd grade. What would motivate you as a player to play PvP more actively? Without spoilers.
Well, honestly, the reward stuff that's going to be happening is really, really exciting to me. New game modes is something I'm definitely looking forward to.
I think we all are.
So I played a lot of Warsong Gulch in WoW, and that was my favorite map. And so, you know, I think just having the variations of game modes is going to be really fun and awesome. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
So.
All right. Will you be more in touch with the SPVP community in the future?
Yes.
In the near future.
In the near future. We will be. In fact, next week, we'll be talking about some stuff. So you'll want to make sure to tune in. You'll see the schedule later on because we'll be posting it. So.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Some stuff's coming up. Yep.
Yes.
All right. So number 5. Did you 1v1 Grout for his job?
So.
Well. Clearly not, because I wouldn't lose.
Yep.
Even if you had to unplug your computer, he wouldn't lose that one, right? Like,
yeah.
Go ahead. Just wanted to preface.
So I keep seeing this one come up a lot, so I just wanted to say, like, you know, this job is something I worked very hard to get, and I work super hard on a regular basis to make sure that I do you guys justice, and I'm helping really build the community and engage you guys. So, you know, Josh is awesome, and he helps a lot with Ready Up, and he's always coming upstairs to talk to us about PvP stuff, so he's still very involved. But yes, we do not 1v1.
Sure.
All right, so that comes up to me. What steps do you take to understand PvP players' concerns?
That's kind of a loaded question. I do a lot, really. Sometimes I like to just camp out in the mists and listen to what people are talking about in the mists. You know, I pay attention. Oh, the lights.
You're the most mobile. Chef's got this. All right. So, in an effort to save energy and to lower costs, we have automatic.
We're green here on the internet.
Yeah,
Yes, we are.
so
We're very green. In beautiful Seattle, Washington. We're all about the
right,
environment
we're back.
conservation. Now back to our regular scheduled programming.
Back to that question. You know, I spent a lot of time on the forums. That's probably where actually most of my time goes towards. And I have my little inside crew that I talk to, you know, Power, Tyler Chapman, and Josh keep me in the loop on things. And anytime something comes up that I don't understand or isn't very clear or whatever, I'll go to them and ask them, you know, what the scoop is. Or I'll just come to the forums and ask you guys. So yeah, I spend a lot of time on those forums. So yeah. Next.
Number 7, I think that's me. What are some areas you feel can improve as community coordinator?
That one's kind of tough, like, because there's kind of two sides to the spectrum. Like, I'm sure what you guys see is just what I do on the forums, but you don't understand that on my side of things, I'm working on building a lot of systems to help support you guys. Like, the Authorized Shoutcaster program is kind of like my baby. I did the PAX tournament last year, and that was a huge project. A lot goes into that kind of stuff. And, you know, I work on Ready Up, producing that now. Josh helps with that too. And, you know, the gems for tournaments, like, that was something that
You fought for?
I fought for. So, yeah, so I'm doing a lot of that stuff in the background that you guys might not, you know, necessarily see. And I know I could probably do better at posting a little bit more, but I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm actually taking your concerns and your issues and making sure that, you know, they're heard. And, you know, in a sense, like, I kind of take it as, like, you know, I see this issue that's been coming up a lot, like, you know, the pistol whip thing, the Skyhammer and solo queue, and I'm like, I will be your champion. And then, like, I go over and talk to the devs and kind of politely badger them a lot. I'm sure they're probably sick of hearing from me, but
well, I mean, but from our point of view, like, it's really good when, like, when these guys come to us, like, a lot of times it's they both bring very different sensibilities, so it's not like one's better than the other, but it's just very different. So they give different points of view for us. So it's really good for us as developers, because then we know that, like, anytime that these guys both agree on something, it's almost like an instant stop whatever you're doing, just listen, because if they both agree, then the community's probably behind whatever they're saying. So those are the types of things where we as devs, we're listening to Josh, like, okay, well, what are you seeing from your point of view? And then Allie, what are you seeing from your point of view?
yeah.
Because they have, you know, different people they know in the community, different, you know, maybe they're reading different threads that day. So it's just,
And
you know, it's
also,
different stuff.
There's the translation too. Sometimes you guys will just be like, this thing is OP. It needs to get fixed. And I need to be like, okay, what does OP mean? Because it could mean that it's either broken or that it's, you know, the numbers need to be fixed, or, you know, with Pistol Whip, I needed to learn about that. That's why I started that thread. So I just need to, like, catch up and make sure that I understand the issues completely, so that when I am communicating with these guys, that, you know, we can properly address it the way that needs to be done. So.
Which one are we on now?
I think we're on number 8.
Number 8.
I think so.
Yes.
Could you explain your role so we might have a better understanding? I feel like I'm on a game show.
Yeah. Explain your role.
I'll take ArenaNet for 500. Could you explain your role so we might have a better understanding of how to communicate with us?
So I think we've already kind of covered a lot of this. But basically, you know, I am your champion, you know, so when issues do come up, especially things that come up repeatedly over a period of time, I will take those things and, you know, talk to the developers about it. And I go to the design meetings so that I can understand what's coming up and, you know, understand design better. In fact, like that's a talent in itself. So, you know, a lot of it is just that, and just trying to engage you guys and make sure that people in the community, like the shoutcasters like Blue, Will, Cyrif, and, you know, Teldo, like guys like that are getting promoted, like their content is getting promoted. Right. You know, I do a lot of like the Facebook posts, tweeting, stuff like that. So that pretty much covers it. That's like the high level.
Mm-hmm. And if they wanted to get in touch with you, it would be like posting on the forums or maybe messaging you through the forums, that type of thing?
Yes, yes, okay. Exactly.
Okay, so it looks like we're on to number 9 then. Could you explain how much influence you have on the balance in the game? Which I can talk to some of that.
Yeah, you
So
can.
both of these guys, I mean, when they come to us and they say, hey, you know, so-and-so there's a sense in the community that perhaps a certain skill or a certain spec or a certain class in a given format is overpowered or too strong or too weak, which also comes up a lot. These guys will come to us and they'll be like, hey, you know, here's this thread. Here's what some of the players are saying. There might be a little bit of a hyperbolic language in there, but if you get past that, you can kind of see that they do have some very valid concerns. These guys are both really, really good at taking like an entire thread of like 20, 30 pages, distilling it down into like 20 bullet points, and then they pass it on to us, and then we'll have a quick meeting and we'll talk about that stuff, where it's just like, okay, let's go through these. Which of these are action items that we can actually action now? Are some of these things that we have already fixed that just aren't out yet, which is sometimes actually the case. These guys do a really good job of just making sure that whatever major issues you guys have, we at least know about them. We might not be able to fix them right away, but there's usually never an issue that we're at least not aware of. It's usually the case because these guys keep us apprised of whatever you guys are thinking and feeling. So.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, and that's why I'm always saying, like, give us the constructive stuff, like, you know, try to keep it as concise as possible, because it's easier for me and for Josh to, like, look through a thread and be like, okay, these are the bullet points. So, like, the easier it is for us to, like, understand what the issue is, the faster we can get it to the devs, basically. So, you know, that's why I'm always trying to push you guys to do that. And like, you guys are kind of getting on me about, you know, saying, oh, it's not constructive, or, oh, it's constructive, so we'll listen to it. But we do listen to everything, even if it doesn't have, you know, the bullet points and you know, non-ragey posts. Like, we listen to the rage. And that's like a huge part of it, is translating that. So, in fact, the upset people are actually the most interesting, because to me, because they are the most passionate, and they come and they're trying to communicate these things, and they feel the most, and that's why, like, I mean, obviously I'm not saying.
Are you giving them the green light right now?
I'm not giving you the green light to come rage at me.
Come at her, bros.
Like I said, it's better if you guys, you know, come at us with like an objective mind, and try to summarize your feedback as much as possible. But I just want to make sure that, you know, you guys know that everyone gets listened to. It's easier for us to translate that stuff if it's, you know, less ragey.
But to LDR, for that question, the answer is that these guys have a lot of influence actually on the balance team. They know exactly where we sit. They'll message us. The other day, I mean, Allie brought up an issue with me. She brought it to me directly, talked to the balance team. At the same time, previously that day, Josh had messaged me about something as well. Just said, hey, could you please check this thread out? There's just something going on. I think you guys should look at it. So we're pretty open to dropping whatever we're doing to listen to these guys, because we know that they are directly connected to you guys. So.
And usually we'll walk over to their desk and interrupt whatever you happen to be doing.
It's very true, and it's very true.
Shep, I hope you have about an hour of time available, because I've got a long list here.
It's okay.
We need to talk about.
Yeah, let's go to lunch.
All right, so I think we're going to have to duck down here for this next one.
Do you directly? That one? Okay.
This is me.
Involve high profile.
Don't tread on my. This is get out of your way. Do you directly involve high-profile forum threads in balance meetings?
Yes, like, and I pretty much already mentioned this, but I bring up the pistol whip stuff. I brought up, you know, we talk about decap NG and, you know, various other, like, Ellie issues and stuff like that. So, yes, high-profile threads are always brought up in balance meetings.
Well, actually, literally, you guys will write, huge threads a lot of times. These guys will actually distill them, as we've already said. They'll distill them down into a shorter version of that. There have been meetings actually where we've literally just printed that version out and then just gone and had a meeting about the top issues.
Let's go down it one by one.
We literally just go down one by one. Is this fixed now? Should we wait? The other changes that we're making later might impact this. Maybe we don't have to change it now. Like these guys have brought us stuff that we literally just action entire meetings off of your feedback that way.
I will go to meetings with printouts from the forums, and I'll like go through and highlight, and I'll be like, okay, do we think about this point? Do we think about this point? So
when you come across a kitten, do you say it out loud?
A kitten?
In the forum text?
From the forums.
Oh.
No?
Sometimes. We actually, it's become a little bit of a thing internally, but also on the forums I've noticed people are just saying kitten instead of whatever choice word they have in mind.
All right.
So number 11, let me just get out of the way so I can read it. What PvE World v. World moments in GW2 have been the most memorable for you? And take it away. I'm going to go turn the lights back on.
This is a tough one. So every week we have play sessions on the team where we will go through and play WoW or play PvP mostly. And I think those times are the most fun for me when I can get in a group of friends and we just we just have so much fun because, and I'm sure we bother everyone else that's further into the room with us. We'll be calling out plays and stuff like that and yelling at each other, and you'll have Hugh being like Hambo all the time.
That's all he says. He's like Hodor of the remake.
He's like Hodor.
Hambo.
So it's really good times, and we want to make sure that it's fun. So if we're having fun, we're hoping that you guys are having fun too. So.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get out of your way.
Let's do this again. Allie, we're gonna lean down there.
Do you want me? Is there a chance that World v. World and PvE will be having regular shoutcasts or casts? And I think the answer is we would definitely be interested in this kind of stuff. I kind of cover all the competitive aspects of community, but also the balance. I don't want to lump balance in with that because balance isn't only about PvP, it's about the entire game. So I say I'm the balance and competitive community coordinator. But in that sense, there's competitive dungeon runs or, the GVG stuff that Bloody Tech's been doing. I think we would love to promote stuff like that too. We're definitely not averted to it, and I know Ruby is interested as well. She does her live streams every other week as well. So I think that's a definite option. And if you guys have content or if you're interested in doing that kind of stuff, let us know. We have the PvP events forum, which I guess probably wouldn't be good for World v. World and PvE. But, we have the community inbox, we've got the forums, we're always watching over that stuff. You can tweet at us, anything like that, really. So, yeah, we would love to do that. So.
Cool.
Do you have any parting words, final words?
Closing thoughts.
Summary, statement.
I think I pretty much covered everything in the questions. I just want you guys to know that I care a lot about this community. You guys are precious to me. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
One thing too, that you guys don't know is that we've actually hung out before, me and Allie, and there are times when she won't watch TV, she won't watch movies when she goes home. She goes home, she'll fire up Guild Wars 2, and then she'll just start watching Twitch streams. That's her usual night, is to watch, esports while she's doing that, while she's playing World v. World or she's playing PvP. That's her night a lot of times when we're hanging out in big groups. So it's pretty interesting.
And actually that brings up another point is my job isn't only about Guild Wars 2. A lot of it is I have to research what other games are doing so that, that inspires me and stuff. And so, I'll watch, various streams for other games too. So that's I don't have cable television, so I just watch esports. So that's pretty much my day-to-day.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Yes.
Introducing yourself.
Thanks everyone for posting your questions on the forums and being constructive and not trolling me too hard. I can take the troll. but I'm just saying, it's nice when it doesn't happen. So.
Cool. Well, thanks.
All right. I'm going to go back to my station.
Okay.
So
thanks, everyone.
insert awkward transition time.
Okay, ready?
Oh, wait, should I do my...
Yeah, do the thing.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Josh and I are actually giants. We're both like
Yes.
6'4". Allie is like a normal human, but we're massive.
We're actually sitting Indian style on the floor right now.
Yeah, we're that tall. All right, so we did that. What's coming up next? What do we want to talk about next, Mr. Grouch?
So we're going to be doing a scrim, Mr. Sharp. We've got some players from the community here, and they're going to be competing for a weekend rank bonus, rank points, and I believe glory bonus as well. We did this 2 weeks ago, or sorry, a month ago.
Yep.
It was actually a lot of fun. It's kind of cool to give a little boost on the weekends and whatnot. So I think it's something we're going to try to do.
Okay. Did we want to talk about maybe some upcoming schedule changes real quick before we jump into that? Or
I think
should we wait?
we're going to do that at the end.
Okay, cool. So an all-star scrim then.
Yes.
That's what we're saying, huh?
Yes.
An all-star.
Yeah, so we got some good players.
We do indeed.
Let me load into the game here. So looking at the teams here, we'll just talk about the players here for a little bit.
Alrighty.
I tried, I did work on putting these rosters together, and they've changed a little bit. We had some really good matchups,
Yep.
and I tried to kind of draw parallels. Like, there's a lot of matchups here that we wouldn't normally see. So for one, originally we had, let's see. Who can we look at that's a good matchup that I want to talk about? So Fanaram versus Zeus is a good one.
Indeed.
Both Elementalist main players that been in the community for a long time, so it'll be interesting to see them play. What else we got here? So SepCutie versus Cade, obviously. They're the ones that participated in the previous, I guess you want to call, well, it was the Dev versus Players game, and where we kind of matched up the teams dodgeball style, and they're the captains. And they're the captains again today, so it'll be interesting to see them try to go at it again, see who comes out on top.
So a little bit of bad blood there, maybe? A little bit of old rivalry?
Perhaps,
bits,
chap.
little
Yes,
bits.
yes. There's the competitive fire inside of them burns
Drama.
brightly.
It's got that drama all over it. I love it.
Indeed. Looks like I said, we did have some last-minute roster changes. So we do have Raiku's not going to be playing. We have Q-Hu as well. On the other side, I actually don't know who Hello is. Let me right-click them here and take a look. Oh, Marvin.
Marvin.
Marvin. Okay. His normal character is when our lips touch. So I was really looking forward to talking about that today.
So he's romantic then, is what you're saying.
So Chap looks like when our lips touch.
It's a romantic. Wow, it is hot in here, man. These lights, man.
The hotness.
It is hot in here.
Coming in hot. We also have Symbolic and 5-Gauge. We did have Reevesy was signed up originally, but he had to bail out, unfortunately. I was really looking forward to the Chaith versus Reevesy matchup.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm not sure what the polls are at right now. Allie, who's in the lead?
What are the polls saying right now? Here we go. SepCutie, 59-41. So people, they're remembering maybe some of the past, some elephant brains?
Perhaps
elephant brains in here. The tribal community has that elephant mind. I don't know. I'm stretching there, dude.
All right, yeah.
So 59-41. That's it's still pretty close though. I think that's when you look at it, that's still actually pretty close. It's not like it's a landslide. It's not like it's 90-10 or something like that. Like people think this is still going to be a pretty.
It's going to be a close match
game, right?
for sure.
Yeah.
And again, we've had some slight roster changes in the between when we posted and now, so it'll throw things up a little bit more. So yeah, I guess we'll.
Are we just going to make fun of Power the entire time? Is that the?
Crap! Should we just make fun of Power the whole time? So actually, since you mentioned him, short shout out before we start the games here today.
So let's do it.
So Tyler is the the skills and balance in PvP QA embed.
Indeed.
And today was his last day at ArenaNet, so this will be his last game under the ArenaNet banner.
Yep.
And I just want to give a short shout out to him.
Yeah.
He's amazingly passionate person about the game.
Yep.
Incredibly knowledgeable. He was one of the top players on the QP ladder for NA before they got shut down.
Yep.
Shortly before he moved to ArenaNet, so incredibly valuable to the team. So it's sorry to see him go, but wish him all the best.
He's still gonna be connected with.
Yeah, he will be. He will be.
Yep.
Interestingly enough, we met many MMOs ago, and we used to be enemies.
Oh, really?
Yes, I actually. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I stole his name in Guild Wars 2.
Okay.
Before he logged in, I impersonated him.
That's awesome.
He used to roleplay in Rift. He would say, the whole team had names like, his friend name was Glory. He's like, I fight for glory. And Power would be like, nothing can stop Power. So when I logged into Guild Wars 2 the first day, I was roleplaying as him.
saying that nothing can stop you.
In Hot Joins, I was like, nothing can stop power. That's pretty good. But anyways, awesome. So we started as enemies, but met him in real life. He's actually really cool guy. So again, shout out to Power, and hopefully we'll see the last of him.
I think so. I think he's going to hang around too. He's for the community too, it's been awesome to have that link. That we've been able to just have that a top player come in and really talk to us about the game from what the top players see, and just having your background as well. Like having you guys there as advisors and kind of, hey, this might happen if you do that. It's been invaluable for us. So we still want to keep in contact with him for sure, because he's been a great resource for us. All right, so it looks like we've got 5-on-4. I think that that might mean the red might be favored in this matchup.
Let's take a look. Yes, I would say that in this 5v4 situation, Chap,
going back to math, which we used earlier, right?
Yes.
Odds and evens, right?
So I want to talk about the even team because you have the odds.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and say they're at a disadvantage right now.
I can't say for sure, but based off what I've seen in other games and other matchups, I think so.
One time I played a 1-versus-1 matchup, and the other guy disconnected, and I won. It was actually a landslide victory.
Yeah, wow. I mean,
it's just the power of numbers.
You were favored.
I was
heavily after.
In fact, I was actually zerging him. Numbers compared, I was zerging him.
Yeah, it was great. 100% more players than he had.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Okay.
So I don't know where the fifth guy is. Let me you gonna investigate?
Fifth? Can I get a fifth on blue?
Can I get a fifth on blue?
Can I get a fifth? He's respecking.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. So I hear that we're doing a 5 Zerker match.
Oh, are we serious?
We are going full on.
Are we
Zerk.
for serious? Hold on.
We're for serious.
Let's see. Are we actually going to do that?
So I'm just going to take a look down. I'm just going to go down the combos here. It looks like.
I think you're.
So SubCutie and QHoo playing pretty close to the same builds here. Let's take a look at the traits here. Oh, actually, SubCutie going to be taking advantage of Chaotic Interruption. This has been something new we've seen on NA lately. Interrupting your target will immobilize them and apply Blind, Cripple, and Chill. It's actually a great combo, and you can get your burst off really nicely. It really works well with Mantra of Pain. I believe QHoo's going to be playing the same... No, actually, not the same thing. He's going to be playing Standard, the 2020-0030 Shadow Mesmer build.
Yep.
We have Power here on, looks like a Meditation DPS Guardian. Phantaram playing his Old Faithful, playing Elementalist since the beginning of time. He's going to be playing that probably Scepter Dagger Elementalist right now. He's got the staff out for the early game swiftness. Going to Raikou, he's going to be playing, looks like Dagger Pistol, so the old DP Zerker Thief. All right, it's going to do that for that team. Over here on the other side, we have double Ellie team.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing that out there right now. So we have the double Mesmer team and the double Ellie team, rather. We have Zeus playing the old Scepter Focus.
These guys are actually rocking the Berserkers, too. Like, this could be really fun to watch.
This is a full-on Zerker match, apparently.
This is man mode. Man mode all around.
Zeus has a character actually named Manmodius Maximus. It's possibly the greatest character name of all time. So
better than When Our Lips Touch? I mean, come on.
Yes. Over here to Chaith, going to be running, mirrors closely to his normal build when he plays Kandi. He's going to be playing Zerker Rifle NG. He's going to have 30 points in Explosive, going down 20 points in Alchemy, and 20 points in Tools. A pretty nice build. I do like it. I run something close on live as well. We have Cade. Cade doing Old Faithful. He's going to be playing that Dagger Pistol.
We've seen him on this a lot.
Many exhibition matches. Exclusively. He does throw it up occasionally with the Pistol Dagger build, but this is Cade's build, rather.
Does very, very well with it, yeah.
All right, going over to Simba. Probably going to be running something similar to Zeus. Going to be going, oh, I take that back. I take it back.
Offense mode.
This is full man mode. This is man mode.
This is Death Star. I love it.
So, looks like Symbolic, just looking at his traits, I assumed he had the staff out for the other game Swiftness, but this actually looks like it's going to be the full 30 Fire, 30 Air, 10 Arcana for the staff.
Wow.
He's going to combo with the Ice Bow.
Wow.
So, chap,
I'm excited.
Watch out for the Ice Bow.
I'm excited.
Watch out for the Ice Bow in the middle of these games. There's a clip of me and Ostrich Eggs getting a double Ice Bow on one guy, and just the TeamSpeak erupts in laughter because it is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Instagib.
Instagib.
Yes.
So definitely look out for Symbolic playing staff here with the Ice Bow. Gonna be amazing. And then coming in last
Can
year.
you talk about Our Lips Touching some more?
So, chap, let's take a look at When Our Lips Touch. Magic happens.
Yes.
It's
We have that monk's focus.
I can't even
We have that monk's focus when our lips touch. We have a focused mind as well.
I'm looking over trade names looking for puns right now.
We have a focused mind.
I'm not quick enough. I can't find anything.
Return. There you go. The 15 in Valor.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. That stuff.
When our lips touch, it's an absolute resolution. I love it. It just keeps going. All right. Let's just drop that.
Let's just be done with it. All right.
Okay.
So Marvin going to be playing, looks like Scepter, Focus, and Greatsword on the Guardian side.
So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have we will have Guardians on both sides. We'll have 2 Mesmers on the red team. We'll have the 2 Ellies for blue. We'll have an Inji on blue. I don't know. These are really interesting comps. I think. Let's see how this goes, especially with everybody in full-on man mode with the Berserker.
Oh yes. This is going to be a lot of one person going down. People attempting like, we got this, guys. Let's get the res.
You know what this is? This is the Old West. We're just gonna go outside. We're just gonna shoot at each other. One of us is just gonna die instantly.
No one moves.
One of us is gonna die instantly.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. And then the guy who's going to run over and try to help the guy who got shot.
He's going to get shot too.
And then we're going to just shoot that guy that's helping.
Shoot that guy too.
That's pretty much what's going to happen today.
All right, so we ready to go?
I believe so.
GLHF.
Indeed.
Which stands for? Good luck, have fun.
Yes. I was trying to think of something off the top of my head to fill in, and it didn't happen quick enough.
It is what it is.
Need more coffee?
THF. Town Hall First. That's Warcraft 2. Did you play Warcraft 2 competitively?
I did not.
Yeah, those berry expressions.
I was probably in preschool.
You're like 3.
Yep.
All right, we're still waiting for players. Let's get it going.
So, I sometimes revert into my like fake caster, like ironic, not actually trying to cast voice. So, chap, out of the gate here, what kind of strategy do you think we're going to see from the blue team?
Is that Bill Walton? What is that? An egregious display of
I think it actually came from
point
you.
Control. And I'm just doing my Bill Walton there. He's like, throw it down, big man. Throw it down. Don't lay up there. You got to throw it down, big man. All right, here we go. We are going. We are live. Take it away, Grouch. You're the man. Go for it.
So the game is starting. Blue team laying down the lightning field for the blast finishers for the swiftness.
Oh, we have a cross. We have a cross.
We do. We have, I believe that's going to be Cade crossing over. Oh, pardon me, not Cade. That's Raikou. Names are hard.
Well, we got math today. We're doing really well on math. We just can't do math and names of the same day.
Rome wasn't built in a day, chap. All right.
He's going to flank him into the... Yeah, he's being cute.
You know, running full Zerker, it's actually kind of difficult to decide who's going to go capture home point. Over on the red team, we did see Marvin's actually capturing home point. Pretty good 1v1 potential. Raikou coming in, probably going to get a decap on Cade almost instantly here. Cade going to be moving into the mid-fight.
I'm going to go check out the mid-fight. Wow. Get ready for some deeps, people.
Yeah, so we do see the meteor shower down right now. Don't stand in that chat. Fire's bad.
Yeah, fire's bad.
All right, looks like they're going to be going on Zeus right off the bat here. He did get the, looks at the proc out from the Mesmer from the Mantra.
Zeus is down.
Zeus getting babadied.
Babadied?
Babadied.
Did you study it? Did you study
No, that's intentional.
Is that
babadied?
Oh. What, this is Combo Breaker. Your Killer Instinct narrator now?
Zeus getting babadied.
Wow, oh my god. When our lips, man, when our lips go down. When our lips go down. When our lips get bowded.
Let's not make too many jokes.
Focus, son, focus, let's go. All right, so we got Cade in the middle. Cade is getting jumped on by 2 different players. Power's on him, they're pushing him away, but he's gonna be able to get away from that, I'm pretty sure.
All right, we do have Simba down. Subcutie trying to come from that stomp there. Phantom going down in the process here. Simba going to go down right on top. Zeus coming in with that stomp. Oh, the misform away. Not going to quite get it off. Simba might go down to damage here momentarily, actually. Oh, it's going to be very close. The red stick's coming off and Simba's back up. Phantom did go down.
Wow, so the far point, we've got Cade harassing that point pretty well right now. He's just being a nuisance right now. That's all he's doing. He's being a nuisance. He's doing a good job at it, too. Blue's making another push, though, in the middle. Look at that.
Well, take a look now. All right, yeah, coming in. Looks like Subcutie's getting really low. He does get able to get the heal off there with the distortion. Berserker coming in on the Subcutie. He's going to go down. 5 gauge, put a little cleave damage onto the body now. He's kind of outnumbered here, so it looks like he's going to rot. He's gonna
die really quick. I'm gonna jump back over though to Cade. He's still harassing this point really, really well. Power's pushing him out though.
Yeah, we do have 2 players over here on the red team. Cade's currently fighting 1v2 versus Power and Q-Hu. Cade gonna go down here just momentarily. See the burning off on him. Q gonna get the last auto attack from the Greatsword off. He's gonna go down, and no one in position to help him out.
Wow, so we got a point spread here. We've got coming up on 100 points if they're not careful. The Blue's behind. They got to be careful here.
All right, so we do have Phantom getting very low, it looks like. Oh, okay, so we got Simba down. Simba is actually going to get cleaved out. Phantom's going to rally after that. And we do have 5H hitting really low as well. He's going to try to duck out of the fight here. Phantom trying to move out as well. He's getting really low, going to be pushing over to the far side, perhaps. I hate predicting because I'm always wrong.
What does that say about us? We're just wrong. We're wrong.
Looks like he's going to do this. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm completely wrong.
He's actually not going to do anything that we just said. Oh wow, so a lot of cleave though coming in here, like around Reiku's body. He's going to have a hard time. He's not going to get up from that.
I mean,
there's no way.
like I said before, with this match, going in for a stomp or even for a res is going to be extremely dangerous. The amount of burst potential coming in from the elementals or for the thieves or even the engineers or the guardians is just insane. And you really have to make sure you're in a good position for it. If you mess up and you make the wrong decision, you're going to get punished. Absolutely punished.
We do have a nice one-on-one on the backside that we have got 5-gauge versus Fant on the backside. It's really, really good. They're still both really close right here.
Yeah, we saw 5-gauge landing the magnet, pulled Phantom in, got the pry bar off onto Phantom as well. Actually gets him immobilized.
So much deeps.
Wow. And Phantom not landing the Earthquake. 5-gauge was just out of range. Looks like he's going to go down, and 5-gauge is going to let him rot as well because, yeah.
Although Sub QD is close for the res there.
All right, Sub QD opting just going for the damage on 5-gauge. We have Zeus coming in, putting a little clean damage onto Phantom. Zeus is going to move back into the mid-fight, and like I said, Phantom, goodbye.
Goodbye.
We'll see you again shortly.
So notice also the NPCs. Jotun just went down. Svanir is back up right now, so we'll have to watch for that. Just see if that comes into play later. A lot of teams, though, they'll try to just sneak in those NPCs whenever they can because you really got to hold on to the points. If you put too much emphasis on the NPCs, you could lose the points. You've got to be really, really picky about when you try to go for those.
All right, bit of a mid-fight erupting here. Again, they have to play very carefully here. Like, see, when Lips Touch goes down, we do have... Oh, man, he gets completely... Looks like Power actually stomped him out there. But it's just so dangerous. So absolutely dangerous.
Well, it's man mode. Everybody's in man mode. You've got to be really careful here.
Like, it's a chain. It's like dominoes. One guy goes down, another guy goes down. It's pretty much just a corpse race. Like, oh God, please res him or stomp him out faster than the other guy. Red team right now getting absolutely punished. Blue team actually in a pretty good spot. We saw in the early game, blue team was struggling. They were having a rough time. They were down by at least 100 points. You know, they're still down right now, but they're starting to make a comeback here. So I've got faith. You know, with this decisive win at the mid-fight right now, they could be bringing it back. You have a little nice 1v1 going on right now with Phantom versus Zeus. Looks like the F goes on to Zeus. Phantom coming in with that burst combo. Looks like, oh, so close. 5-gauge coming in. Zeus is going to go down.
Low.
No, there's no more condies on him. He's going to be fine.
Zeus is okay. Zeus is okay. I'm watching him. He's going to be okay. And now Phantom very, very wisely decides he's going to back out of this fight.
Yeah, Fancy Ram. Look at those moves.
Fancy Ram,
getting bursted down by Cade coming in with the Heartseeker combo, rather. I believe that was with the Steel, was not on Cam. Phantom going to go down. The Shadow Fuge coming down. That's going to be out. With a Thief in a game, it's so difficult as an elemental. It's like your direct counter. They will hunt you to the ends of the earth.
Yes. But Red did just take the NPC that we just talked about. They increased that lead by just a little bit right there.
All right, so Red team currently down a player. Phantom just respawning, going to be moving in. Looks like he's going to be going towards the middle here, so either going to mid or far point. But Blue team currently down.
Yeah, but they've had 2 points right now, though. They're doing okay. We do have a fight breaking out in the middle, though.
It's actually kind of funny here. Like, you have a couple micro fights going on. Like, Zeus is currently fighting Sub QD up on the ledge here. Q coming in, going to try to burst down Zeus. Actually, looks like Zeus does get taken out by the Mind Rack combo. And you just have like these little fights going on everywhere. Like, everyone's kind of like 1v1ing or like 1v2ing all in this one big fight. Not a lot of team sets, I guess you could say.
I think that we have a lot of builds right now that even though they might have some team... they might lend themselves a little bit to team compositions. A lot of them are just really, really strong dueling builds, especially because of Berserkers. So it's more like you just got to kill first.
Well, there's also a lot of strong AoE professions here as well. And so, like, if you fight too closely in your little 1v1s, like, you're going to take a lot of excessive damage you didn't necessarily need to. So I don't know if they're actually intentionally going for the one-on-one strategy here, but it seems to be working out, mitigating a little bit of damage.
We're about to have a 2-on-1 over here. Kade's going to try to hold off Kuhu as well as Power. Let's see how this goes for him.
All right, Cade, looks like Cade got pulled in by the immobilized combo. Wasn't quite able to get the damage off. Oh, Power coming in with that mighty blow, getting the mega damage onto Cade. Going to get knocked out with the Greatsword 5, and Cade's going to get taken out by Power and Q pretty handedly. Going to teleport back onto point, try to prevent the cap from going off. Q coming in with that stomp. Good night, Cade.
So while this is happening on the far side, they also have Cheatin Utaheim. It's going to go down probably to 5-gauge. There's no one, no red is even close to this. They're not going to be able to contest that at all. But red does have control of middle as well as their home point, so they're going to probably pull ahead even more here.
Yeah, like you said, trying to bridge the gap here. About a 100-point difference between the two teams right now. Blue team currently behind. They only have 1 point, where the red team's got 2. So going to be the red team will be getting 2 points every 2 seconds, and the blue team will be getting 1.
About to have a fight break out in middle. About to have a fight break out in middle.
All right.
Oh, Subcootie. Oh my god, move. Yeah, nice.
5 gauge shooting cut out a little bit of damage there. Is going to blow his Elixir S, try to get out of there. Throwing grenades from a distance here. Zeus pushing through. Looks like Phantom coming in, trying to chase that Zeus down. He's going to get the right lightning off. Did not quite get the CC off, though. Zeus taking a lot of damage from Phantom. Phantom just going absolute man mode right now. All right, there comes the Elementals just trying to get the burst combo off on each other. Looks like Zeus might be the first one to go down here. Oh, it's going to be close.
Zeus is still up.
He did pop his misform already. Phantom just popped his as well. Oh, it's close, so close. Zeus popping all
was almost up. Wow.
Zeus popping all of his immunities. Phantom goes down as well. Looks like they're going. Oh, Zeus actually comes back up first. Phantom getting cleaved out. He's just going to misform, but no one's going to try to res him. There's too many blue team members around. So Phantom. Oh, actually got the rally, but he didn't do anything. He just stood there. Phantom doesn't have the misform this time around, though. Power trying to go for that res, going to get punished for it. A lot of damage going on in Power right now. Oh, and Q-Hu as well.
So they're still able to take these points though. Like look at this, it's still the point spread. They've only need 18 more points right now for Red to be able to win this. So they're just going to be able to hold on to home. If Cade can't get over to their home point and neutralize that thing, they're just going to lose the game off 12 points right here. Even though Power just went down a middle.
Yeah. So Simba pulling off the beast mode meteor shower into tornado.
Sharknado.
That goes for the Sharknado for the buku damage on point.
Yep.
All right, so it looks like that's going to be game one.
That's going to be GG. Wow. What did we... So, looking at some of those kills, those were some really fast and fun kills. Although, I will say that Zeus, even though he was under a lot of focus fire at times, was really standing up pretty well.
Oh, yeah, like, definitely. There's a lot of self-sustain on the Elementalist. I mean, even though they're running Berserker Amulet, they have a lot of self-sustain from the healing. I believe Zeus is running 30 on Arcana. Let me just verify that real quick here, but... pull it up, Zeus's bell.
Pulled it up for you guys, too.
Hopefully I'm not a fool. Yeah, there we go.
He does,
Zeus
indeed.
is running 30 in Arcane, so he's going to have the Evasive Arcana, which is going to give him a nice bit of healing if he pops into water.
Yep.
Popping into water is just going to... good sustain.
Yep.
You're going to have the sustain after the Scepter 3 as well, and then obviously he's going to be running... I believe he was running Arcane Shield. He's got Misform.
Yep.
So if you're in a tight spot, there's a couple things you can do to try to get out of that.
But once those cooldowns are gone, though, like you're just a really squishy Ellie with that Berserker, though.
Oh, for sure. Zeus is also running, he's running Focus as his offhand, which gives him the invulnerabilities from Earth. The number 4 gives him 3 seconds of Reflect and some Condi Cleanse. And the number 5 makes him completely immune to all skills.
I just jumped on the teams. I will go back to spectating mode. Sorry, my bad. All right, there we go.
All right, guys, so as a reminder, this is going to be best of 3. If the red team takes this game, I guess we'll be ending the series.
Yes, so
this
best of 3.
This is blue team's time to come back.
Blue team really needs to be thinking about. So with these compositions, though, I think that what they're going to really want to do is really push Cade as hard as they can back to the back point for red. They've really got to do that. Last game, they started off doing that. But you notice that Power was always hanging around. He was watching for that. He was also watching for that. And after a while, they were able to maintain that home point, Red was. And because of that, they got a pretty big point spread. So let's see if, in this game, Cade can try to negate that. He get to those back lines, get to that back point, and try to get the fight pushed more to the middle.
Sure. It is really just like seeing everyone running Berserker Amulet. Like, I've been in some
It's
games
really
like
fun.
this. I've been in some games like this on live, and it is intense.
Yep.
It is like playing... so I've been playing a lot of Scepter Focus Ellie lately. It's like playing Quake. Because you have to
Like
kill the
rail
guy.
guns and
yeah, like
rocket launchers.
Oh, I one-shot him. Yes. Oh, God.
I got
Someone
one-shotted.
sneezed on me.
Yeah.
I'm done. It's really fun. It's amazing. If you guys don't play Ellie at all, I highly recommend playing some Scepter Focus Elementalist. Even Scepter Dagger is good, too. Just for something, a little bit of a change.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to let these guys know they can ready up if they didn't know already.
So if you don't know, the mechanic for the last map, if you notice that multiple times we call out the NPCs. So these are obviously non-playing characters. Now, killing each one of those gives you a point bonus as well as it gives you some stat bonus. Now on this map, it works a little bit differently. So you've got a guild lord for each team. And killing that guild lord gives you a large amount of points. The problem is that in doing so, you have to devote a lot of time and resources to going into the enemy base and killing that lord. So you kind of give up position on the field. So it's always a balance to see if, do we have enough control in the field to actually attempt to go for the lord right now? There's always a question that people will be asking as they're playing.
Right, and so one thing to watch out for sure, is the 350 point mark. Guild Lord's worth 150.
Yes.
So once you hit the 350 point mark, it doesn't matter if you have 0 points, and you'll get another point for the rest of the game from actually owning a node. The enemy team, or you can just go into the enemy team's base and kill their Guild Lord and automatically win the game.
Yes.
We've seen some absolutely insane games on this map, just coming down to the absolute last second.
And with these Berserker builds, it might be even easier because even though you can't sustain, you could quickly jump in there and just spike the Lord down pretty quickly.
Absolutely. Keep an eye out on the Elementalists here. There's a place you can pull the Lord into where you can get your fiery rush off the Fiery Greatsword.
Yes.
In a certain spot.
Get multiple
and
hits.
Absolutely destroy the Guild Lord in just record time.
All right, so here we go. Game number 2 is underway. Let's see what the splits look like. So again, as we talked about earlier, Cade will be coming to the back point for the red team. But on the flip side, look at this push from red. They're going to push 4 over here to the left side. They're stealthing up now.
Yeah, going the 4-man man mode. Rush, Subcutie actually going back over towards the mid, it looks like.
The teams are basically doing the exact same strat. So they've just basically just...
Stream sniping. All right, so Q-Hugh going to be engaging in a 1v2 versus Zeus and Cade. Nope. Sorry, pardon me. I take that back. Zeus is on the same team. There's Q-Hugh in a 1v2. Q is going to disengage, move back over to the midpoint. Is it like a lot of trying to outplay each other going on right now?
Yeah.
You kind of feel it, like we're trying to counter their counter.
So do notice that blue did get the cap on far point. So their far point has been captured, which means that red's home point is already under blue control. This is not something we saw much last game. So this is already they've obviously done something.
Right, I didn't actually see Symbolic go down. I blinked by the time I had opened my eyes back up. He actually would have been stomped out. It was on respawn. He'll be coming back into the game now. When our lips touch does go down in the midpoint here, so it's going to be a pretty severe disadvantage right now for the blue team. They lost 2 members in the fights already. Power Praise actually goes down here. Where's the help?
Bodied.
Where's
so
the help?
much DPS.
Oh, nothing at all.
So much damage.
So, interesting to note, it looks like Cade actually went down first, but I don't believe that Power actually had a tag on Cade, or else he would have rallied.
Yeah, I think he would have there. Zeus is trying to push really hard on the far, but he's going to go down really quickly to Phantom Q-Hoo. That was a lot of damage. That was
Q in a rough spot right now, though. He's got no health. There's a couple players from the other team that are kind of on the outskirts here, so Q could go down, put himself in a bad... Oh, here comes the Invuln Stomp coming in, and Zeus is going to get stomped out. Q in a very bad spot right now, though. He's actually going to go down on point. We do have 5-gauge coming in. Might try to get a little cleave damage onto that body, even though he's being trained down by Subcutie and Phantom. No, he's leaving there. Subcutie coming in for the res, going to get Q back up into the game here. Boom. All right, so Mine going into the possession of the red team. Same with midpoint coming over here onto Waterfall. We do see Cade getting a free cap on it.
Yeah, but we've saw the same thing that we had last game. We saw a lot of 2-to-1 as far as a point differential went last game. We're seeing the same thing this game. So red has their home point again. They have middle. That's what they're doing right now.
All right, where's the action at here? Looks like Raikou going in for a decap onto Waterfall. Perhaps he's in a pretty rough spot right now. He's got about 12 seconds left on his cooldown. Cade sees him, though. Here comes Cade, going to try to get that burst off into Raikou. Gets the interrupt off with the steal.
Raikou says, I'm out.
Yeah, Raiku's going to peeks. You know, Cade actually could have pursued him here. The point was not decapped. It was just had a couple ticks taken off of it. So Raiku's actually going to be able to get out of here. Got the reset going off right now. Going to get the stealth and try to get an opening on here.
We've got some really big fights on these stairs, though. Like middle, and what you guys will notice is that the middle point for this map, because of the flow for the map, because of the layout, if you can see my mouse right now, you can move in and out of the middle points so easily in this map. There's multiple paths into and out of the middle. So controlling the middle point on this map is extremely, extremely important because it lets you control the rest of the map because of those pathways. You can control those pathways as well.
Absolutely amazing save on a Power just right. I don't know if we missed it on your side over there, but Power was down in the down state. We had Marvin coming in for that stomp. That's Winter Lips that's coming in for that stop. Subcutie coming in with the amazing knockoff from the Greatsword 5, able to prevent that Power back up into the fight here. And it looks like going to be a pretty decent spot. They're going to be able to hold that midpoint and Mine still. And we do have, again, still the staircase fight.
Well, we've also got, they're pushing the fight, though, into Waterfall right now, if you'll notice as well. Wow, so another thing that we're seeing right now, like 5-gauge is almost down. He's retreating back to this back point. So they're using, this is a safe point. They're going to have to push back in the middle of the way eventually because they can't let this be a 2-to-1 cap for this long. They're already down by 100 points. They've got to be thinking about how to get this middle point. They just cannot get control of it right now.
We keep seeing the players from the blue team, they keep going into the fight on the staircase like you saw before. They keep disengaging back over to the Waterfall, just trying to get the fight to reset so they can get themselves back into a good spot.
Yep.
Actually, looks like Phantom goes down here. Zeus is going to get the damage off onto him. 5-gauge coming up with the cleave damage onto the body. Maybe see some people going for the res. I don't think so. It's going to be too dangerous. Power getting fairly low here as well. Here comes the Buku damage going on to Phantom. Phantom's going to get taken out. And I think Power might get caught out in the skirmish here as well. We have Subcutie. Oh, man, they're both in a dangerous spot right now.
They're both really low. Subcutie just went down as well. Let's see if he can. He's down. He's down. He's down. Power's down as well.
Okay, we could get if they get the stomp off here just in time. They need to go for the stomp, get the damage onto him, get it cleared. They need to get a decap on this midpoint. They can bring the game back still. It's not lost.
Wow, so a big turn of events there. So you've got 3 players down for the red team right now. All 5 members of the blue team are up right now. Let's see what they can do with that, though.
All right, so Waterfall did get decapped, and full capped, actually, looks like. So Fighty is going to be moving back to the Waterfall, trying to get that full cap off. This is wasted time that he's not in the fight in mid.
Yep, well, but Fant's coming to pressure, though. It's going to be a one-on-one with Fant.
All right, 5 Gauge trying to go for that for the overload shot on the Phantom. Actually was not able to land it, popping the gear shield. Going to try to mitigate a little of the damage here. Phantom waiting for the burst, going to get the updraft on 5 Gauge.
Nice.
Here comes the Elixir S, going to try to avoid the burst combo from Phantom, the fire from that Phoenix, from that Dragon's Tooth. Looks like he's going to be doing okay. Kind of an interesting fight here. Going for the stealth magnet pull onto Phantom, getting the 5 stacks of confusion off the pry bar. And very nice play so far from both teams. Fighter's going to go for the crate here. Getting the burst damage onto Phantom.
So much damage.
Going for that jump shot and the grenade barrage combo. Very nice play. It looks like, yeah.
Although Fan really did, he just tied down two people for a while there, though. So look what's happening middle because of that. They've got their home point. Red's got their home point. Now they're pushing back into middle with superior numbers. So that was probably worth it on Fan's part. Worth it, bro.
Worth. All right, so Marvin getting really low at the midpoint here. He's got no cooldowns left. Going to try to get the pull off. Little CC going out. He's got, oh man, not going well. He's got a lot of weakness on him right now as well. Spike position coming up, getting it off of him here. Power goes down. Marvin trying to go for that stop. Did not have anything to prevent it. Marvin come back with the stop one more time. And there's no one in range.
5 Gauge, notice that with the grenade pressure. Just so much cleave while that's happening there. Over at mine, we've got another fight breaking out. We've got Subcutie retreating back to the mine. We've got Simba pressuring him. Although, wow, nice spike from Subcutie. Simba's so low. Come on, Simba.
Oh, yes! The immunity from the dagger. The dagger, from the focus, getting the burst combo off onto Subcutie.
But the minion, he's still got one. Oh, one of the Mesmer's illusions. It's a down fight. It's going to be a down fight.
The rogue does so much damage. Look at that.
Down fight.
He can't hit him. He's out of line of sight.
Oh, he doesn't have line of sight.
Here comes the misform. Oh, here comes Marvin to save the day.
Oh, Power's there as well. Power's there as well. Oh, Simba's going to go down.
Wow. All right.
Oh, that was a close fight. He did not have LOS, though. He couldn't get any hits in.
So unfortunate.
He did not have line of sight. So Fant's taking the middle uncontested entirely, though. It looks like, yep, Zeus is coming in the middle to contest that if he can.
Now we just saw a little 1v1 between Reiku and Cade. Cade being pretty dominant in the fight. We saw Reiku going for, or I saw Reiku going in for the hide in shadows. Cade coming in with that quick steal, getting the days off.
Zeus is almost down in the middle. Fant's pushing him off and scaring him away, although Q is here as well. 5 Gauge jumping in, throwing some grenades. So it's 1-1 right now. Both teams have their home points. It's going to come down the middle right now. They've got to contest from middle.
All right, Zeus landing the days off into Subcutie, getting the mass and Viz off. Zeus going down in the process here. A lot of damage going off on Zeus's body. It's like, there's someone down. Just throw everything you got.
So for those of you watching at home, if you want to, while you're watching these big fights, watch the health bars over here for the blue or over here for the red, and watch how quickly some of these guys are getting spiked. These guys they're exhibiting why they are the all-star players, because a lot of times you'll see the spikes start to happen and they'll use the defensive skills to stop the spike. Really, they have that expert timing that they can just stop those spikes almost immediately. But the problem is, once your cooldowns are down, you can't do that. Absolutely. The next spike's just going to go through.
So I just want to call out, we do see the 2-cap going out still for the red team. Blue team only has 1 point currently. Red team is in the danger zone.
Yes, they're also pressuring into blue's base in the backside now.
So this is a great time for blue team to get the decaps. They need the decaps, they need the points. They need to make a stop at the Lord, and they can bring the game back. But they're always going to be in this area to where they could lose at a moment's notice with that Lord kill.
Oh, so Red, you see what they're doing? They're pushing into the base, but look at this. You've got Subcutie pulling. He's pulling in the middle. They're going to try to take out Zeus right here in the middle. They're still fighting for middle, so you've got Power and Subcutie both against Zeus here, and you also have Kuhu. Nobody's even there. He's just taking the far point for them.
Get the triple cap going out.
I'm whispering because I don't want them to hear me, but it's for free.
5 Gauge. All right, so this is pretty brutal. Triple cap this late in the game.
Yeah.
Blue team not anywhere near where they need to be to get that Lord kill going off. I'm gonna, I hate to call it early, so I won't. But I have a suspicion.
There's still time. There's still time. There's still time.
Absolutely. We do have a nice little 1v1 right now going on with Q-Hu and Winner's Touch over here on the waterfall. Marvin putting up that focus, going to negate the CC from Q-Hu. Q going to pop that, looks like he's going to be popping a stealth here. Going to try to get that damage off into Marvin. Marvin got that protection going off. So very nice time protection there. Going to mitigate a lot of the damage. Oh, it's a little, they're dancing a little bit here.
Oh, nice pull. Did you see the pull off the cliff?
Did not catch it.
Oh, you missed it? Okay, yeah, when left touch, he is going to go down. Q-Hu's going to be able to win that one. Also, at the middle point, they've got to get this decap to Blue does if they want to have a chance at this game. They've only got 20 points basically to work with. They've got to be really careful. Now, yeah, 17 points to work with.
They've got to get power down. It's gonna be tough. I mean, So much damage coming out from the elementals there. We got, looks like Cade getting ready for it possibly. Oh, the pull from
nice
5 gauge.
Pull from 5 gauge.
Didn't quite land the overcharge shot onto Power though, unfortunately. All right, so I honestly think it's going to time out here. Power's going to go down to the midpoint here.
Just got
they just need to delay. It could. Oh, Phantom's on point though. Phantom's on point, and that's going to be it.
That's it. They've got to spike down Fant right now. They've got to spike him down and take that point.
It's just a little sliver left. That's going to be it.
It's 500 GG to the red team. 2 games to 0. Wow.
It is fun though watching these Berserker games.
Wow. Well, the thing is too is that if it were me playing, right? I'm not as good as these guys. I'm not as good as you guys. If it's me playing, I'm going to die in a lot of these situations. But these guys were actually taking those Berserker builds in the offense, but with their skill, they're negating kind of the deficit of having such low health because they're just getting such expertly timed spikes off that it actually behooves them to have that much offense, right? Because they can actually play around the lack of defense.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things that the players here can do, especially with like the Mesmers, for example.
Yep.
They've got diversions they can use even during a stun.
Yep.
And then get those off. A lot of damage avoidance there. Thieves stealth. I mean, you can just teleport it with Shadow Step and you put yourself in stealth, and you've got yourself some breathing room. 5 gauge was running toolkit, so he had the gear shield.
Yep.
He had the Elixir S, able to get himself out of those sticky situations. Again, a lot of the players here, they had stuff they can react to, but it's just like, if you can negate the first burst of damage, you need to be able to follow up immediately, get them down.
And pressure with your own, because you can't just sit there and just take, you can't tank like multiple spikes, there's no way.
Exactly.
So is that it? Is that
I believe we're done. We're done. Wow. So I believe the community gets the full bonus. I believe, because I believe all the votes went for Sub Cutie's team.
Yep.
And
so that means that the players do get the bonus then?
Players do get all the bonuses. So I believe that's going to be 250 plus 500 for the wins. So I believe that's for.
It's math, dude.
There's stuff here. We'll post it afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
There's
full
math
number's going to be
right here.
Oh, here's the camera's back. Ah.
Yep. Okay. I'm writing down math. I literally just wrote math on my pad.
All right. So there's a 150 glory bonus as well.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So those rank point bonuses, glory bonuses. We'll post it afterwards. Don't listen to us.
We'll give you guys all the details when we are not.
We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
we know it's just as much as you guys. All right. So we want to talk about some upcoming stuff, or how do you want to do this? Oh, the glory thing's a surprise. You want to start it again?
Wow.
Oh! Surprise!
Surprise!
Yeah, there's a glory bonus as well. So, I guess we'll bring this up.
Sure,
we've mentioned this so many times. Use your glory boosters.
Yes.
Please use your glory boosters. This is a bonus. I know a lot of you guys out there are probably like, oh man, Cultural Tier 3 is so close. Like, I want to get it.
Yep.
I don't have enough glory. This is kind of like our glory's going away. You've got bonus for the weekend.
Go for it now.
Go for it now. Grind it out.
Yep.
And very soon, next week, you will not be able to earn glory. So this is kind of like the last try with the glory. And again, rank points are being boosted as well, so please jump in and do that. I guess we have a couple things coming up here that we want a couple other topics before we move on. So I guess we got tournament winners.
Yes.
That we want to talk about.
Want to run through those? Yeah.
And as soon as they pop up, here we go.
Alrighty.
All right, I'll take the Misspedia one.
Go for it.
You gotta go first.
So we have the 55 HP monks, which I don't know if you guys know, but that's kind of a reference back to Guild Wars 1. Very powerful build in Guild Wars 1 with Prot Spirit. We had Mr. If I mispronounce your names,
it's gonna be good.
I am so sorry. But this was the ESL Weekly Club number. This is number 18 and number 19. So the winning team is 55 HP monks with Mr. Malo, Misha Thinhat, Shad, that sounds like it might be Chinese. We have Niha, and we have Y Superstar Y. On to the Misspedia?
Yes. So the team name is Tade and Canny. With the
so confusing.
Yes, it is. I don't know if it was Blue that did this or if I messed up, but I actually just call them this like in general now.
So it was a mess up that became their actual name?
Yes. Yeah, they're always together. Their longtime team name was Too Good for First because they have, for a long time, they always play second. So, yeah. Pretty good. But again, that's Cade and Tanny. Cade was participating here today. That was the Thief for the blue team.
Yep, congratulations to you guys.
So upcoming events is next.
Alrighty, so let's look at the first one we've got here. We have the ESL and the Bloody Tech GVG, which is on March 21st and 22nd. More information on that one can be found on the events subform. You want to take the next one?
I will. So the ESL Weekly Cup is every Thursday at 12 p.m. PDT. The time zone has changed. It used to be 11. Just make sure you guys note that down. 12 p.m. PDT. And again, that's Blue hosting that over at twitch.tv/Blue42. And that's it's pretty interesting. You see a lot of good European teams come in. And you know, we see usually the same group of guys get to the last rounds because there are some really strong teams on EU, but it's always exciting games. So be sure to check that out.
After that, we've also got the Misspedia 2v2. The European portion of this will be Tuesdays at 11. Same place, though. Twitch.
Yes.
You're going to want to be looking for Blue. Same place.
Blue is pretty much synonymous with Guild Wars 2 PvP right now. So just have his channel open up all the time, and you'll probably be in the right spot. So that'll be followed up by the Misspedia 2v2 North American Tournament, which is Fridays at 6 p.m. PDT. Again, on Blue's channel.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
So last thing we have, we want to show real quick here is the upcoming Ready Up schedule. And Chep, as you know, our show is generally every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we take a break off in the middle so we can rest because this is exhausting. But for the next 3 weeks, for whatever reason, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so we can't. I'll broach it real quick. All right, here we go. We haven't been saying a lot in the forums. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening. We're about to start talking about that stuff soon. That's us. That's the company in general. There's just a lot of stuff about to be talked about. So
a lot.
We are excited. We've kind of gone through a little spell where we kind of had to be quiet, a little bit hush-hush. We now can finally start talking about some really cool stuff coming up. So we're really excited. So because of that, we can't go bi-weekly. We got to go back to back.
We got to go weekly.
There's just too much stuff to get up.
There's absolutely way too much to talk about in a reasonable amount of time on one show.
Please tune in.
So again, the next 3 weeks, starting next week, we'll have Ready Ups all in a row.
Yep.
About things that you want to definitely tune in to listen to. And I'm not trying to hype this.
It's actually exciting.
I am hype because it is actually hype.
Yeah.
You just need to tune in and watch it. It's going to be awesome.
But Grudge Hunter are just all smiles. We can't talk about it yet, but we're excited. We want to be able to talk about these things, so we're very excited.
Absolutely kills us.
We are excited.
So yeah, watch for the next 3 weeks, and then we'll follow up with our normal schedule coming back in on April 18th. And then I guess the last thing on the docket here today is the community clip. This is a recent clip from an ESL.
Really impressive.
It's the Misspedia 2v2 European tournament. Oh, here goes the camera back again. I'm doing hand signals at Chap. Chap, this is from the ESL 2v2 tournament.
Yes.
I said it wrong again. This is from the Misspedia 2v2 tournament.
There you go. You got it.
And it's Shad being a monster. So yeah, guys, check it out. Pretty cool. It's a 1v2 versus some very good players.
And
that'll be it.
Ventari's still very low.
So yeah,
don't
we
get
can
me wrong.
just sign up.
Almost 1v2.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys. Tune in next week.
Similar circumstances. Oh, hold on. Ventari's eating through Death Shroud. We're going to have to see. Shad might... No, hold on. Bazzy Venom on Shad. We're going to have to see. Sizer as well here is going in. Trying to keep Shad suppressed. Overall, though, he's not giving... Hold on. Shad, it's got Sizer low. Sizer forced the fallback. Ventari now going to get engaged on here as well. Shad coming in will take Sizer down.
Very possible.
He's looking for the downs. He's not going for the stomps. I like this. He's going in. He's looking for this. Ventari going to go for a res. Nice fear that went off onto Shad that this is going to buy him enough time. And now Shad is unfortunately going to be very low. Will be forced to pop into Shadow Refuge, but I still think he can do this. He needs to re-engage very quickly, though. Otherwise, they're going to regen enough health to the point where this may be impossible.
It's looking that way right now, to be honest.
Which is where it's not
Sizer
possible.
Sizer has full health. He can cleave them both here. That was actually really good. If they stack, he has a much better chance of killing them. There's a good interrupt on the pistol whip by Sizer.
And there we go, too. Shad, or Ventari, once again has gone down. Did pop the stolen, did pop the stolen Necromancer ability, but I'm not sure if he landed that on anyone. Again, headshot to interrupt the res there that was coming off onto Ventari. We are going to see Shadowfish coming down. Shad knows the position of the body, though. He can cleave if he wants to. There we go. He's going in. Did force the hand of Sizer to fall back, but again, Shad is playing things very risky at the moment. He was pretty low when he went in. Has gotten a lot of his health back now. More cleave going into Ventari. Ventari's getting very low here, going over to Ventari's point of view now, just so we can see a more localized point. Shad is actually looking for Sizer once again, but he's now putting a lot of cleave over on, or Shad is putting a lot of cleave onto Ventari. Ventari's very low, but Ventari has had a moment of clarity here. There he will be coming in now. Will be using bandage. Sizer is gonna maybe go for the res right now, but not. Hold on. They're going to go on to Ventari, but again, Shao is waiting for that more cleave going in. Tried to bait Sizer into that, but overall, once again, it's just going to elongate this fight as Shad once again gets ready to re-engage on a Sizer. Oh, Shad's looking so low. Going on to his point of view, watching this cleave. Ventari may get eliminated here. Ventari's so low, but again, Sizer will come in. Here comes the cleave, though. Did manage to Aegis through that headshot there, so the res pressure still went off, and Shad will go down. But hold on. Yeah, Ventari's low, but now Sizer's so low, though. Sizer, hold on. Sizer getting the heal off. Will Ventari go down? Ventari will go down, and Shad gets himself back up into play now. Sizer's low, and he takes Sizer down! Oh my goodness!
Very well played.
Oh my goodness, Shad! With that crazy 1v2, will win the set for 55 HP monks. And they will now cause a resetted set. Will be brought back down to 0-0.
I'm so surprised that neither...
Misha gonna get eliminated. Ventari